What's up and welcome. If you are here, that means we have another episode to review. Now, what episode are we reviewing today? Yeah, I guess you already know. It is the first ever episode of season 1, The Endgame. Thank you all for the support. Again, I appreciate every single one of you. I hope that you like what you see on previous videos, and if you do, please hit that subscribe button, hit a like, and even if you want, leave a comment. Let me know how you feel about certain things. But yeah, The End Game. It is starring two wonderful female ladies. If you haven't seen my review of the trailer, I will just pop it up here in the corner so you can go jump in that and come back straight away. Back to get the episode going, and this looks like it should be a very interesting episode, very interesting show, I would say. Again, in my trailer review, I did say it looks like a bit of a Blacklist type of show, and I hope it's really not completely like Blacklist. I hope it's something different, but we will find out. Let's get it going. Oh yes, and my socials are here too. Everything is the same, so easy to find, don't you think? Okay, so we're 10 minutes into the show, and immediately we're learning about Elena is past and her relationship with her father, and it seems like she's already blown people up and she's a trained and certified killer. I'm going off of what we've seen from the first 10 minutes. So we're automatically seeing that she is already locked up. She's already in front of the FBI director, the Homeland Security secretary, and God forbid, I can't remember who the third man is because he's a director or something. I can't remember what the hell he is. But we automatically see that she's already in their custody. Now, they're basically telling her, give up all your contacts, otherwise you're going to a maximum security prison and you're going to stay there until you're rot brains. That is okay, cool. Understand, that's how they do their threats. That is how they take care of things and how they make people sort of fearful of making sure and just do everything. So they got her to write down her accomplices in different places so she can plead a deal. Now, obviously, at the same time, we're seeing that it cuts to a bank number 1, and the bank's being robbed. Now they set up a sort of trigger, an explosion. They take over the bank. They lock themselves inside the bank with the message, director of the FBI, believe me, I can't remember his name, bow down to the Queen. Now, if you've seen the trailer, you know where we're going. So she obviously tells the main man, check your pockets. Check your pockets. He obviously takes out the letter that he has, no idea what it is. And she's like, have a look. Opens it. I am the Queen. So she's got people inside the FBI because, as we learn, that the FBI is his bodyguards. So someone in the FBI has planted that on him. We don't know what the whole connection is between them all and what she wants, because bear in mind, it is the first episode. But the first 10 minutes, it's okay. And then we switch it over to Val. Now, Val is actually visiting a prisoner. He turns out to be her husband. Now, that's not a good look. When you see an FBI agent whose husband's in jail for taking drug money, there might be an angle in this show on how they're going to go about this. It's very different. It's going to be very interesting on how they do it. But the first 10 minutes have been a bit interesting. It has piqued my interest a bit more. And we're going to see what happens. But so far, the first 10 minutes, it's been pretty interesting. Very building up the suspension and for getting us to understand what's going to happen. But let's see. See you in the next 10. Alright. So we are 20 minutes in now. And Elena has now taken over a second bank, and she has destroyed a virtual bank that links all the banks in New York together. And funny enough, Val is the first one to actually get on top of this. Val is the first one to actually realize where she will hit next. And as she approaches, You can hear the situation going on inside the building, and then an explosion happens. It's getting a bit, interesting, very interesting. They haven't put it back to Elena anytime soon. So, we're seeing a lot of ins and outs of how this story is going to develop and how much pull this woman actually has. Because it seems like the main gangster who has like over 30 million in a bank account is afraid of her. And he's basically told the FBI agent, you remember what happened last time you played with her? And Val does mention to us that she almost gets killed in Gambia because of her. So they have history. They have a lot of history. But let's see what the next 20 minutes, let's see what the next 10 minutes has for us, shall we? Okay. So remember how I said at the beginning that it turned out that Elena blew up someone's car? I was wrong. She was in the car that got blown up. Her dad died, and she had obviously had to grow up as fast as possible because, otherwise she was going to die. Um, but also, we have seen that Bank 4 and Bank 5 has been taken over. And we now have the interaction of Val and Elena. They finally meeting and they're talking. Now, this is where things get interesting because it turns out Elena even knew about the divorce papers before anyone else, other than Val. So there's information that she knows that it is still trying troubling to a lot of other people. We don't know where this is going to go, but Elena is currently telling her story on how she had to grow up very, very fast. And this is looking good. It's looking good. It's definitely looking blacklist-ish, but the episode 8 is not over yet, and we will get back to it right now. Let's go. Right. So Elena and Val have had their conversation. We know everything's going crazy, and Val is basically saying, "I'm gonna tell you no." Elena is telling you, "I'm gonna tell you a story." Now, you've got the three heads of the three main people. They think that they know everything. They think that they can't be outsmarted. That they're not dumb. They're not stupid. But so far, in the first 30 minutes of this show, they have proved that they are not as smart as they think. They think because they've captured the mole in the FBI that they know what's going on. But even though Val is telling them that this is not what she's after, she is after something else, they are not listening to her. And that is going to come back and backfire in their ass. Look, it's very interesting. It's very definitely mind playing. It definitely makes you want to think a lot more. But we've got 12 minutes left of the episode. Let's see what the last 12 minutes has, and then we'll do a review on how I feel about the episode itself. But so far, it's definitely got my interest. Definitely got it. Right, so I was gonna do every 10 minutes, but the FBI just thought that they outsmarted this woman. They thought they outsmarted the crew that's in bank number 2, and they tried to take the sewers. They get in. Don't get me wrong. They get as far as to the vents to unseal and to get into the bank. But what they don't know is that there's like 10 bombs, 10 C4 bombs ready to blow up. And believe me, they blow up. They blow up. All you see in the middle of the street is water just flying everywhere. Hey, hey, criminal masterminds are on some next madness when it comes to TV shows. When they do it in the TV shows, it looks mad. You never see that nonsense in real life, but hey, they got every single avenue of entry into the bank locked up. You can't get in, and it doesn't seem like they can get out. But I think they obviously have an exit plan on how they get out of this jam. Whew. No way. Right, we've got 5 minutes left of the episode, but Elena is a G. Also, Val is a G as well. Obviously, I know it's scripted, yada yada yada, whatever, whatever. But they've got her character down to a T, right? They got her character down to a T. So she she predicts where they're gonna hit next, the federal bank. Cool. Then you have a woman that has access to the vault. she is arriving on the day and she's able to open up the bank. The vote, cool. She comes down with her kids. Now, obviously, the Boston SWAT is on her way there. The Boston SWAT arrives after she kills one of the obviously the assailants. But it turns out that's not the Boston SWAT. So the Boston SWAT end up kidnapping the woman that can open the vault. But they tried to go for the kids, and Val was like, "Nope, come close, and you're dead, regardless." Which I give her comments about. But this is where if it gets even better. So Val obviously husband is in prison for taking money from a drug deal, right? That might not be the case. So we've just been told that Elena has basically set up her husband for the fall, basically made him the fall guy, and now Val looks like she is pissed. Looks like she is beyond pissed. Now this is where things get very interesting because Val seems like she's a person that has a short temper. This character seems like she has a very very short temper, and we're about to see what's going to happen in the last 5 minutes. Let's see what sort of madness goes on. So Elena basically gives Val a situation. You either help me with something and I can get your husband out of jail, or he stays in jail for the next 10 years regardless. So now you're put between a rock and a hard place. Everyone already thinks that you're a dirty cop. Everyone already thinks that you helped your husband cover up things for years. Where are you? You can't be put anywhere. You can't go anywhere because you're stuck now. You're absolutely stuck. But let's see what Val does. Let's see what she decides. And hey, this episode has got a lot of twists and turns, and I'm kind of liking it. I'm really really liking it. I like it a lot. Elena is a bad gal. Yo, this character is legit. So let's just climax the last 5 minutes. So it turns out it wasn't 6 banks that they were taking over. They were taking over 7. And you know what the 7th one is? Where all the people of power have their secrets. The Attorney General, that was the third person that was in the room. You had the Attorney General, the Homeland Security Secretary, and you had the director of the FBI. But Elena has basically said, look, one's going to be gone today, another one tomorrow, and then another one the next day. She's basically got a plan to make sure that she is safe regardless. She has got information on the Attorney General, the Homeland Security. They got secrets that they don't want anyone to find out. This is nuts. But again, this looks like, look, I didn't see it. There was a comment in the trailer. There wasn't a lot of CGI that I saw. Yes, maybe there was a bit of backdrops here and there, but mostly of it wasn't. I didn't see as much CGI as, I thought when I saw the comment that I received in the trailer video. But I can say this for sure. They have made this thing a thinking game, and I love it. Elena versus Val. Val's gonna have to help. And here's the crazy thing. Val's husband is in the same prison that Elena's husband's in. So he's not dead. He is very much alive. And it seems that she is trying to get him out of prison. She has a kid. In a sense, yeah. I can say this is sort of it's not a prison escape type of show. It's not a blacklist. It's sort of a combination of the two. She wants to get her husband out, but she's a great mastermind in how she works around everything. She's taken over 7 banks. And the director of the FBI said something very, very interesting. Snow White and the 7 banks. Hey, it's not a bad title. I have to admit, it's not a bad title to name it. Snow White and the 7 banks. The first episode was definitely great. It definitely kept me going. It kept me thinking, and it kept me engaged. There's a lot of twists and turns in this show, and we don't know how it's going to go. It's gonna be fun. The next episode obviously is next week, Monday. I will be back with another episode. But that was, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it a lot. It's great to have two strong female leads in it. It is definitely amazing. I give, I'm gonna say her name wrong. Morena Baccarin. Her round of applause for the first episode, and Ryan Michelle Bath as well for a great first episode. These two seem like they work well together. They are very strong leading ladies, and it's great. Again, as I've said in the trailer, it is great to see another show with two strong leading ladies that are running everything. And you know what? I'm here for it. I've said it already. I'm here for it. I'm looking forward to it. First episode, it kept me engaged. It kept me thinking. It kept me wondering what the hell is going on. So I'm gonna give it about a 7 out of 10. Reason why I'm giving it a 7 out of 10 is because I want to see a bit more. Obviously, for me, I like the action. I like the mind thinking. I like to see where things are going. But it seems like there's a lot of stories that are to be told, and so far there's only 4 episodes listed up on the website. I believe it is a 22 episode season, so we've got a lot of episodes to go. But again, thank you everyone for jumping in. Hit me up in the comments on what you thought about the episode today, what you thought about it, if you enjoyed it, what did you think about it, where do you think that this could go, how do you think things are going to work out? Because in my head, I'm still not sure, but I'll wait for the next episode to get a sort of grasp on what's going on. Are you surprised that obviously the Attorney General had dirt on himself in his own security locker, whatever you want to call it? Not really. But again, thank you all for jumping in. If you have made it to the end of this video and you've watched it all the way through, I appreciate you so much. Thank you all for jumping in. Please, again, if you haven't already, please smash that subscribe button, hit that like button, and just leave a comment. Let me know what you thought about the show again. And also, if you have another show that you would like me to do a review on, obviously watch 10 minutes, then talk about it, do the same format, let me know in the comments. Tell me what you want to see, and I will try and get it done. But again, hey, if there's something that's got a couple seasons out, let me know. I will see what I can do. But thank you all for jumping in. I'm M Rich. I've been your host. It's been a pleasure, and I hope to see you next video. Again, please hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, leave a comment, even share it. But thank you all, and see you next time. See ya.